this video, we're going to see what is swap space and how to manage the swap space. First, we'll see what swap space is and then we'll see one by one. Swap space management is another low-level task of the operating system. The virtual memory uses disk space as an extension of main memory since disk access is much slower than memory access. So using swap space significantly even though it decreases the system performance, but the main goal for the design and implementation of swap space is to provide the best throughput for the virtual memory system. Swap space is used in various ways by different operating systems depending on the memory management algorithms. For instance, systems that implement swapping may use swap space to hold an entire process image including the code and data sequence. Sometimes the paging systems may simply store the pages that have been pushed out of main memory. So the amount of swap space needed on a system can therefore vary from a few megabytes of disk space to gigabytes depending on the amount of physical memory, the amount of virtual memory it is backing, and the way in which the virtual memory is used. So it may be safer to overestimate than to underestimate the amount of swap space required, because if a system runs out of swap space, it may be forced to abort the processes or may crash entirely. So what we're going to understand from this is the main goal for the design and implementation of swap space is to provide the best throughput for virtual machine systems. Here some OS may support multiple swap space also. For example, if you consider Solaris, it suggests setting swap space equal to the amount by which the virtual memory exceeds pageable physical memory. And Linux has suggested setting swap space to double the amount of physical memory. Some operating systems including Linux allow the use of multiple swap spaces including both files and dedicated swap partitions. These swap spaces are usually placed on separate disks so that the load placed on the IO system by paging and swapping can be spread over the system's IO bandwidth. When we see the importance of swap space, we'll see one by one. When the system requires more memory than physically available, the kernel swaps out less used pages and gives memory to the current application. This already discussed in previous lectures. A significant number of pages used by an application during its startup phase may only be used for initialization and they never be used again. So these kind of pages can be treated as less used pages, and this can be kept out of memory, that is physical memory, so that particular space can be used by the current process or current applications which needs the memory immediately. So these pages are swapped by the system to free the memory for other applications. In that case, swap space is used. But when we compare the drawbacks, compared to memory, disks are very slow. The memory speeds can be measured in nanoseconds while disks are measured in milliseconds. So accessing the disk can be tens of thousands of times slower than accessing physical memory. Sometimes excessive swapping or thrashing occurs where a page is swapped out and then very soon it is swapped in, and again if it is swapped, swapping or thrashing may occur. Excessive swapping or thrashing may occur. So in such situations, the system is actually struggling to find the free memory in order to keep the applications running at the same time. In this case, only adding more RAM will help instead of going with swap space. Next, we will see what is swap space location. Swap space can be reside in one of two places. It can be carved out of normal file system, or it can be in a separate disk partition. If the swap space is simply a large file within the file system, that is the normal file system, the routines can be used to create it, name it, and allocate its space. This approach, though easy to implement, it is inefficient. Navigating the directory structure and disk allocation data structures takes time, and extra disk accesses are needed. External fragmentation can greatly increase swapping times by forcing multiple seeks during reading or writing of a process image. So this can be improved the performance by catching the block location information in physical memory and by using special tools to allocate physically contiguous blocks for the swap file, but the cost of traversing the file system in this data structure still remains. Alternatively, swap space can be created in a separate raw partition. So no file system or directory structure is placed in this space. Rather, a separate swap space storage manager is used to allocate and deallocate the blocks from the raw partition. This manager uses algorithms optimized for speed rather than for storage efficiency, because swap spaces are accessed much more frequently than file systems. But this trade-off is acceptable because the life of data in the swap space generally is much shorter than that of files in the file system, because here internal fragmentation may increase. Since swap space is reinitialized at boot time, any fragmentation is short-lived. The raw partition approach creates a fixed amount of swap space during disk partitioning. Adding more swap space requires either repartitioning the disk or adding another swap space elsewhere. So some operating systems are flexible and can swap both in raw partitions and in file system space. Linux is a best example where the policy and implementation are separate. It allows the machine's administrator to decide which type of swapping is to be used. The trade-off is between the convenience of allocation and management in the file system and the performance of swapping raw partitions. Next we will see this swap space management with an example. If you see in this diagram, here the swap partition along with swap file and swap map is given. Here it shows how swap space is used by the evolution of swapping and paging in various Unix systems. The traditional Unix kernel started with an implementation of swapping that copied entire process between contiguous disk regions and memory. The Unix later evolved a combination of swapping and paging as paging hardware became available. So in Solaris 1, the designers changed the standard Unix methods to improve efficiency and reflect technological developments. When a process executes, the text segment pages containing codes are brought in from the file system, accessed in main memory, and thrown away if selected for pageout. It is more efficient to reread it from there. So swap space is only used as a backing store for pages of anonymous memory, which includes memory allocated for the stack, heap, and uninitialized data of a process. Here if you see this example, each swap area consists of a series of 4 KB page slots, which are used to hold swapped pages. Associated with each swap area is a swap map, an array of integer counters, each corresponding to a page slot in the swap area. If the value of counter is 0, the corresponding page slot is available. If the value is greater than 0 is there, it indicates that the page slot is occupied by a swap page. The value of the counter indicates the number of mappings to the swapped page. For example, a value of 3 indicates that the swapped page is mapped to 3 different processes, which can occur if the swapped page is storing a region of memory shared by 3 processes. The data structure shows the example of such swapping system. Here these are the array of integers which tells about this swap map. Each is connected with a page slot. If it is 0, this page slot is empty, that means it is not used for swap. But if it contains a value, then that many swapping is allocated, or otherwise we can tell it as it indicates that swap page is mapped to that many different processes. Next we will see why we need swap space. When the amount of physical memory is full, and in that case the system need more memory resources for new process, then the system may get slow or even it may collapse. So to make the RAM more efficient as compared to the present state, we need swap space. For example, the swap space equal 2 times physical RAM for up to 2 GB of physical RAM, and then an additional 1 time physical RAM for any amount of above 2 GB. This we can give with in the following way. That means M is equal to the amount of RAM in GB, and S stands for the amount of swap in GB. So if M less than 2, that means the amount of RAM in GB is less than 2 GB, then in that case S is equal to M asterisk 2, that is 2 times the amount of RAM in GB. Otherwise S equal to 2 times the amount of RAM in GB plus 2 GB. So this is how swap space is created. Next we will see how we are going to manage the swap space. The kernel uses swap maps to track swap space use. In Solaris 2, it allocates the swap space only when a data page is forced out of physical memory, not when the virtual memory page is first created. So the file data returned to swap space until write to file system requested. Otherwise the data pages go to swap space due to no other home space. So the text segment page is thrown out and reread from the file system as needed. Okay, for example, what if a system runs out of swap space? In that case, to overcome this, many of the system or some of the systems allows multiple swap spaces, as we discussed already. Like Linux have multiple swap spaces. So this is all about swap space management. Thank you.